What's up, guys? This is leathertoolz. Today I'm going to show you a progress on my round knife projects. I just heat treated all the blades. I wanted to heat treat for a while, and I haven't tempered yet, but I had a few good experiences with heat treatment for this time. Okay, I'll show you. I'll tell you in a minute, and I'll show you on camera what I did. Like I said, I heat treat this blade for a short scalpel knife. First, I wanted to make this as a folding knife, maybe some friction folder, but then I had to cut some parts to make that friction folder, and I had to do some forging if I want to do that. So I just thought that I would just make this into the just scalpel type of knife. I put some wood scales and wood spacers between the scales so that I can have very small delicate knife, you know, for just cutting patterns and stuff. You know, making knife is fun, so maybe this is just a good project. And next, this is Japanese type of blade. It's Japanese skyvar, some may call it, but this is just a leather knife, 25 mil width. I fully heat treated the whole part. Let me show you some file test. If you heat treat it, and if you don't temper it, this is like glass hard steel now. It's very brittle at this moment. It doesn't take files, okay? It just skids, file just skids over the steel because this steel is harder than the file itself. So you do the file test and you will know that steel is heat treated or not, okay? So maybe I'll put Japanese wood type of handle with this blade. Now this one was very interesting. I really expected this knife to be heat treated perfectly, but things always go wrong if you wish it. This blade warped. Okay, this blade warped on me. I've never had this kind of experience. I think the temperature was too high, and I think I kind of dunked the blade into the oil asymmetrically. So this blade warped a little bit. It warped this way. I just noticed after heat treating all the blades and checking the straightness, and this blade warped. So if I put on a glass plate, it rattles on certain sides. So I'm going to straighten this blade after I temper it. If I just hammer the part where it bend, this will break. Okay, so I will just straighten it after tempering. I wish this blade turned out great, but it didn't. But I will just correct it. It just tells me good story for me. I guess it was too thin, so it warped. Blade stock like this thick doesn't warp during the heat treatment. So size comparison, see the thickness difference? Almost it's twice thicker than this one. So, and finally, you guys waited so much. I heat treated these round knives, okay? And I noticed one thing, and it was very interesting that my stamp is disappeared almost. I think the reason is because the stamp was too shallow and I heat treated, and what happens is steel forms contracts a lot when heat treated because the grain gets tight when you heat treat the steels. So what happens is the steels tends to shrink a little, and the the stamp mark has been, you know, almost no marking at all, so it's very shallow at this moment. So after if I grind all these scales off, I think the marking will be gone a lot. So this one, it still has some my maker's mark, but this one will be gone after I remove all the scales. So I should think if I going to remove the scales or not. So it was pity for me, you know. I wanted to have this my maker's mark. I stamped it for a while back, but it disappeared almost. Sad, but it's okay, you know. Knives are knives, you know. It may eat just fine without the maker's mark. You know, these both are heat treated very good. Okay, didn't warped. It didn't crack. It had a thin edge, you know, before the heat treatment, but it didn't crack at all. I never heard a ting or tang sound during the heat treatment, and I see no cracks at the moment. I will check again after I grind these the black stuff, but there is no cracks, I'm sure, but you never know. So these round knives will turn out great, I hope. As far as here, it's perfect. It's good. So I will temper it and I will show you guys next progress. Alright, okay, I hope you guys have a good day and I will see you in next video. Bye bye.